After Dr. Christine Blasey Ford testified against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh yesterday, the National Sexual Assault Hotline saw a 201% spike in calls compared to a regular day. Color 10's Francis Lynn joins us in the studio now with how local victims advocates are reacting. Francis.
Heather, I did speak to the Victim Center here in Springfield, which is receiving more calls. They emphasize the importance of victims coming forward.
The first and primary reason is support for that individual. A traumatic event such as a sexual assault or a rape is significantly traumatic to an individual and something that then they carry with them for the rest of their life.
Elisa Garbish at the Victim Center explains what a caller can expect when they dial their 24-hour hotline that usually lasts about 20 to 30 minutes.
During that time, we're going to try to do our best to understand what the caller's needs are.
She gives an example of a victim who's in the emergency room after an assault and calls the hotline.
As advocates, we're going to go out and we're going to respond to the hospital and be there with that individual and support them through that emergency room experience.
The center will also respond to any victims calling from a law enforcement agency or jail.
If it's an individual who's just calling on the hotline and needs to talk, as an individual who answers that call, we will visit with them and we'll talk with them and talk through their concerns.
As for why victims come forward, she says it's often for the purpose of protecting others from becoming victims.
They start thinking about the fact that what if this person does this to another person? And I don't want that other person to go through the same struggles that I am experiencing. And so I am going to report it, and I'm going to do it for me as well as anybody else that might come after me.
The Victim Center did get a 10% increase in calls compared to last year, but the number of calls for the past few days won't come out until next Wednesday.